Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the hardest Pokemon to find, hardest Pokemon to encounter, starting with the Fire Red Safari Zone Pokemon, and we're going to start with Chansey. Chansey has a 1% chance of being found at the entrance, and a slightly higher 4% chance at being found in Area 2. I hear that throwing rocks at it will supposedly help to catch it, but I went through it the hard way by just throwing a bunch of Safari balls at it. And to begin to talk about the Safari Pokemon, what makes it harder is that you have a limited amount of steps, you have a limited amount of balls, and on top of that, certain areas will make it harder to catch certain Pokemon. The next Pokemon we're going to be talking about is Scyther. Scyther has a 4% chance at the entrance and a 1% chance at Area 1. Same thing with Pinsir. Pinsir has a 4% chance at the entrance and 1% chance at Area 1. And once again, hard to catch. Not as hard to catch as Chansey, but still is very hard to catch. Next one we're going to be talking about is Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan has a 4% chance at Area 1 and at Area 3 a 1% chance. Tauros has an Area 2 has 1% chance, and at Area 3 has a 4% chance. Now, to get to the rest of these Pokemon, to just describe it, like I said, limited balls, limited Safari balls, limited steps, and on top of that, Pokemon can flee. Even if you throw bait at them, you throw rocks at them, so it's very strategic with the rocks. Do you scare the Pokemon away? Do you throw food at it? Can that scare it away? All that, and it could still flee even if it seems happy. You know, sometimes they watch you, sometimes they're happy. The last Pokemon from the Safari Zone and Fire Red, Leaf Green, third generation is Dragonair. Dragonair has a 1% chance at being found with the Super Rod in any part of the water. But the reason this isn't as hard as Chansey or all the others is because Dratini can still be found at 15% with the Super Rod in any of the water areas, and you can get it at the casino later. The next Pokemon we're going to be talking about is from Ruby and Sapphire, also third generation, and that's Chimecho in Mount Pyre with only a 2% chance of encounter. It does not flee like the Safari Zone, but like I said, 2% is a very low chance, and people do not see it very often. I spent hours looking for it as a kid, and the Pokemon was pretty overwhelming, but it was still a cool Pokemon to complete my Pokedex. The next Pokemon was Phoebus. Phoebus is found right next to Four Tree City between Route 118 and 119, where you have to fish every single last tile multiple times, and only 6 of the tiles will have a Phoebus in it. This is a tedious process because you can literally get it within minutes by sheer luck, or you can get it in hours. And sometimes the reason I said to do it multiple times is because you don't know. Sometimes it takes a couple times to just go through all the Pokemon with a Super Rod, and then finally a Phoebus will show up. But it's, like I said, Melodic is a very good Pokemon, very high stats. She's a tank, and definitely worth using Phoebus. The next Pokemon is Clefairy from Mount Moon and Fire Red and Leaf Green. And Clefairy in Mount Moon has a 1% encounter rate. This is where you fight Team Rocket for the first time. It's the first cave in Fire Red. But Clefairy is a pretty good Pokemon, and once you get out, you could teach it both Mega Punch, and you can teach it Mega Kick. The last Pokemon on the list is Female Salandit. Female Salandit is an 87.5% chance of encounter rate, while the male has 12.5% chance. And the reason that this is very important is because a female Salandit at level 33 can evolve into the very good Pokemon Salazzle, but the male has no chance of evolving. So basically you just have a Salandit for the rest of the game. If you didn't know this, and if you were just like, I don't care, I don't want a female, I don't care about the genders, but that's the only way to evolve it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Grilled Ash Ketchum here.